Hello, everyone. My name is TJ Hailstock with the National Sports Media Association, and today I'm with the 2022 Connecticut Sportscaster of the Year, Matt Finkel. How are you doing today?
Great, Timothy. How you doing? Great to talk with you.
Thank you. So, I'm going to start off with what is receiving this award mean to you?
Wow, yeah, it was extremely exciting and humbling to receive this award. To be completely honest, I didn't expect it at all. There are so many great sportscasters in Connecticut, so just being recognized among them as a nominee was so exciting. And then when Dave gave me the call to tell me that I won, I really couldn't believe it. I still can't. Very excited and just honored to be included among this outstanding group of sports broadcasters from all over the country, but especially here in Connecticut.
Right. So what was your first job? How did you get started?
My first job out of college was working at MLB Network. I was a broadcast associate there. I worked kind of behind the scenes. I specifically wrote what was on the ticker, which was a lot of fun. It was a really cool first job. And I got that job because I actually interned there between my junior and senior year of college and was able to keep in touch with the people there. And then I worked there for about 2.5 years. And then my first on-air job, I moved to Lima, Ohio to become a sports anchor and reporter at a station called the West Ohio Sports Network, WOSN. And we did like a half-hour nightly highlight show focused mainly on high school sports. So that was great experience on the air. Shooting, writing, editing, doing all the things that I still do today, but got to kind of cut my teeth in Ohio, which was really fun.
Right. So how did you go from there to where you are now? What were your other job?
Yeah, I had one job in between Ohio and Connecticut, and that was in Hagerstown, Maryland. I worked at a station called WHAG at the time. It eventually became WDBM. And since then, they've actually moved to Washington, D.C. Hagerstown is about an hour and a half, hour 15 outside of Washington, D.C. But since then, they've moved to Washington, D.C., which is pretty cool to see the transition they've undergone there. But again, a lot of local sports. We actually covered 4 states there: Maryland, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, and Virginia, just geographically where it was located. So a lot of cool opportunities, a lot of different high school state tournaments, and then college athletics there too. And we got to cover some of the DC pro teams in Maryland. I was there for 2.5 years. And then I got the job in Connecticut in April of 2019. And I've been in Connecticut for a little over 4 years now.
All right, cool. So in terms of other sportscasters, who do you look up to?
There's so many, even just in our own market here. I really look up to Kevin Nathan, who is now a news anchor at our station, but he's been such a great mentor for me since I arrived in Connecticut. And then the other sportscasters, even in Connecticut, are at the other stations. You spend a lot of time with the people at the other stations in the market because you're always at the same games. So they've been so great to me. When I got here, they were so helpful. I really look up to all of them. And then also Andrew Catalan. He's been so good to me just as another mentor. He worked in Albany before he became a national sportscaster and started doing play-by-play. And when I was working at MLB Network, this was around 2011, 2012, my reel from college was getting a little outdated, and I knew I wanted to be on the air eventually. So I was in contact with Andrew, and he had me out to his station in Albany and let me record a mock sportscast and kind of just shadow him for the day, which was amazing. And that was the reel that actually allowed me to get my first job. So just him taking the time investing like that, giving back to a younger sportscaster really helped me get to where I am today. And I look up to him a lot now, seeing what he's accomplished. He's on CBS, he does the Masters, he's the golf there, he does NCAA, March Madness, NFL. So he's had an amazing rise and all well-deserved. He's extremely talented. You could see it back when he was in Albany that he was destined for that. So I look up to him, and there's a long list. I went to Syracuse, so there's a long list of Syracuse broadcasters that I look up to, and all the way, Bob Costas, Mike Tirico, Marv Albert, the legends of Syracuse, and then some of the guys who have come in between there, and Andrew's definitely one of them. So it's nice. I've learned a lot just by watching a lot of different sportscasters and try to take a little bit of everything they do and try to make it my own.
Right. So if you had to give some advice to young college or high school students trying to get into this field, what would you tell them?
Yeah, it's something I wish I did a little more myself when I was in college. I think just get out there when you're in high school and college and do as much as you can, because you can learn a lot in a classroom, but the best way to get experience in this field is to just start doing it and gain that comfort level in front of a camera, with a camera on your shoulder, writing, putting together stories, all the things that you'll be doing at your first job. If you can just get out there, it doesn't even have to go anywhere. You can just create it for yourself and just get in the habits of, okay, this soundbite goes here. The more you do it, the more experience obviously you're going to have, but more importantly than that, the more comfortable you're going to feel. And that by the time you get to your first job, it's old hat, and you can learn a lot quickly. Like the learning curve, it's very steep. Like the first day, from day 2 to day 1 at my first job, I was 200 times better. And then, it might level off eventually, but like the comfort level with just getting in front of the camera and doing that for the 5th time as opposed to the first, it's amazing the progress you'll see. So for high school and college students, just take every opportunity you can. A lot of you guys are already doing that, which is amazing, and taking advantage of all the extracurriculars. The great thing about being on a college campus is there's sports happening every second of every day, right? So just go to a lacrosse game, go to a field hockey game, and just cover it, shoot it. If you want to do TV, you can film it, cut highlights, write a game story, stuff like that. I think any chance you can get to do that, it's going to benefit you. Like I said, you can learn a lot in the classroom. I certainly did, but I really think the best experience I got was just from going out there and doing it on my own. And that includes working at the local newspaper, the campus newspaper, the campus television station. That all is a great opportunity for you. And if you're not working at those, you can do it on your own too, just to kind of gain that experience and that comfort level.
Right. Good advice. That was my last question for you. So thank you for talking with me today.
Absolutely. Great to meet you, Timothy. And thanks for taking the time. I appreciate it.
Of course. See you in a month.
All righty. Take care.
Yep.